Hey Baddies, it's Marissa here, co-founder and CEO of For the Rest of Us. Today's episode is one that hits close to home. We're talking about when your story shifts, when life takes you somewhere you didn't expect, and how you keep creating, loving, and showing up anyway. I hope this episode resonates with you as much as it did with us. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of Baddie2Baddie. I'm joined by someone who has been the heartbeat of our community, our creative director, my sister, Cynthia. Cynthia was recently diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, and today we're sitting down to talk about it. Honestly, openly, and with the same love and courage that she's always poured into this work. So everybody welcome my sister Cynthia. Hey girl.
Hey boo. Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing. It's Wednesday, which means it's temper tantrum day because chemo is in the morning.
So probably the perfect time to go on ahead and us record this.
Right.
It's probably 5 months in the making. We've been talking about doing it and we haven't, probably because we were both sitting up here not really wanting to, because then it makes it even more real. But I guess, here we are.
Here we are.
So we'll just start back from the beginning. So take us back to the point of, that moment when you got the news. I mean, you could probably go back further than when you actually started feeling sick.
So probably 6, if not more months prior to the diagnosis, I started feeling winded and just tired, but I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm still a big girl. I'm not active. I work a desk job. I like to sleep. I'm a girl who's out here running marathons or doing a lot. So I didn't really think anything of it. And I really had to convince myself it was long COVID. Fortunately, I did it 5-6 times. Easy.
Yeah.
And so I just kept saying, this is long COVID. This is nothing. And we were in the middle of BaddieCon planning.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to SABCS in December. And I remember telling you, I don't know, just walking from the lobby to our room, I'm winded, I don't know what this is.
Right.
And even then, it was right about February-ish, I think. You and April were like, you can't come to Atlanta till you go see a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And that started the process. But nobody thought it was this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in breast cancer world, you begin convincing yourself every time you cough wrong that you got cancer again.
Right.
And for a while there, I was in that space. And by the time I really, really, really convinced myself it was not, I had a CT scan of my lungs. I come home and my March chart notifications go off.
Mm-hmm.
And I open it, and it says metastatic cancer to the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Lord. And I think I texted you almost immediately.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, it was crazy because, again, like you said, it's not something that we were expecting at all. You always have that lingering in the back of your mind, but you're like, nah, this can't be. Not at all. Yeah. And so you just started letting everybody know from that point, right?
Yeah, I was at home. My cousin who lives here with me, she was here, and my camera's been doing that. I don't know what that is. And she was here with me, and I remember saying out loud, I'm going to fucking die of breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tears started. And it was her 5-year-old's birthday. We were getting ready to go see Bluey at this Bluey exhibition thing.
Right.
And so I'm texting Marissa, I'm calling Jay, I'm calling my mom and my sisters, calling my dad, and trying to keep it together because we got stuff to go do.
Right, right.
And I'm trying to sit with this thought that you have cancer, incurable cancer that is going to be with you whatever the rest of your life looks like.
Right.
And I still don't know how to process that.
Yeah, because it's the weight of carrying that news, like not only for yourself, but like for everybody that's close to you too. It's one of the things that I say. It's like, you know, like your family members and your friends are diagnosed with breast cancer as well too. They're just diagnosed differently.
Yeah.
In so many terms.
And it's hard. People want to say, you beat it, you'll beat it again. And I have to do that heartbreaking work of, I need y'all to understand what this means.
Right. Yeah.
This is a all in for whatever time period we're given.
And what is it that you want somebody to know, you know, just about you personally and your diagnosis? Like, we'll jump into, you know, what that means, especially for like Black and brown women, but just your own metastatic diagnosis. What is something that you want people to know?
It's cliche, but you can't fathom what it's like to carry this until you're here. And as someone who's been doing the work, in the work, it is a totally different ball game sitting on this side of it.
Yeah.
And that's hard, right? Because we can only experience and give, you know, we do the work and we try to serve the metastatic community. And I think we do a good job of it, right? But to really fully comprehend and understand, you just can't.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It's definitely true. And I guess that kind of goes into like my next, you know, round of topic that I want to talk to you about is like the shift. So like life, work, and then creativity, because that is the topic, you know, the title of this is, you know, just the shift that you've had to do.
Right.
So like, you know, you're a creative Baddie. You're the creative director here behind here at For the Rest of Us, making all the beautiful graphics and making everything look great, which we love that for you. But so like, how has that changed? Has your creative side changed at all since your diagnosis?
I feel like I want to be way more intentional. The work has always been personal. I've always been deeply committed to it, but it has shifted. It seems more urgent, more pressing, because no matter how you come to For the Rest of Us, no matter how early stage, this could be all of our story.
Right.
And that's scary. That's terrifying.
To be in the midst of it now.
Yeah.
Has your creativity, like, I love like, to me, you've always been intentional with it. Right. And I understand how you're saying you're being even more intentional with, you know, the creative side, but has anything else changed from that perspective for you too?
Like I said, I think it's truly the intentionality. Some of the things that we have said we want to do or we're working towards or would be nice, especially when it comes to education, because that's the other side of my brain is like, we have to be educating because like for women of color, this is our reality and our outcomes aren't as great as everybody else's.
Yeah, so, it is completely different.
Is new. So we've been here doing the work all the time, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out how to even take it to the next level.
Right. But also still caring for yourself at the same time too.
Of course. But if I get busy and do all the things, I don't have to sit here and think about dying.
Right. Right. If we're going to be real, I stay busy.
I stay busy because the alternative is all of the random thoughts in my head. Yeah.
And so how has the Baddie and the For the Rest of Us community showed up for you in this time? You were diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer in May. So how have they shown up for you now when we're in November?
They have been just second to none. Y'all know, you already know. And I feel so bad for screenshotting my chart and just blasting it to you. But you're that person for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, our leadership team, the texts, the phone calls, the visits, you showing up, being there for my port surgery, my first chemo, baddies that I barely know, baddies that I did not know at all, have been showing up, checking in, commenting. And I remember the day that I finally shared it, I think I cried all day. It was such a weight off to put it out there in the world and then to get all of the feedback. And then to be meeting people who are also metastatic. And that itself is a gift and a curse. And in fact, I've had one girl that I chatted with a lot already pass in this time. And that's tough.
Yeah.
But this community is what keeps me sane. And I was worried going into October, or even just being in this space, that it would be too hard to continue. And I'm happy to find that, I need a little more breaks. I need a little more downtime, but this is still where I want to be.
Right. And I think it's really just shows that, it's not performative, anything that we're doing. It's definitely, what's needed, what's here, people show up, when they need you to show up, which is great. I remember when you posted on social media too, I was just like, okay, so that really makes it real.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows. But again, I could also feel that like that weight that was lifted up off of your shoulders, because it's like now you don't have to hide the secret anymore,
right? And
keep it in, because that's just a form of toxic anyway. So
it is. It's hard, but this is what I've learned from For the Rest of Us too, is that my voice is powerful, and so my long form blog posts or my Instagram posts, like, I need that space to be able to get my feelings out.
Right. Yeah. Which is important, which is why we have platforms like our blog, like why we have the podcast here, why we do Breast Cancer BaddieCon, because we need a platform for us.
We do.
To one, be able to feel safe, but then also just be able to share your feelings and not feel any type of judgment.
And whatever that looks like. I don't have to be put together, face on, in a good mood. I can literally be like, this shit sucks.
Right.
And I don't like any of it today. And that's okay.
And that's okay. Right. And that's absolutely okay. So what does, at Breast Cancer BaddieCon, our tagline for it was survivorship reimagined. So like, what does thriving or what does survivorship look like for you now that you have a diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer?
I don't know. I think it's growing. I think it's changing. In that way, I don't think it's different than any other survivor thriver, because it ebbs and flows. Wherever where you are in your journey is different at all different places, and so I'm just learning and building up my toolbox, so that on the days that are really tough, I have tools that'll help me get through. I know who my people are. I can call. I have to reimagine damn near daily.
Right. Yeah. And speak about that toolbox for like people that are listening. Like if they don't, like, they're just probably like, somebody may be thinking like, oh, it's a for real toolbox. I know what you mean. Like, it's
therapy. It is affirmations. It is meditation. It is grounding. It is crying it out. It's writing. I'm a bathtub girly, and I am a get in the bathtub and literally cover my face and head in water. And it's just doing those things. I don't care what's happening in the world. I have to stop and find my center again, because breast cancer kicks in the door on you. I can be sitting having a perfectly good day and be like, bitch, you dying.
Right. And it just slaps you in the face.
Yeah. And so I have to, it's a constant work. Like I've been talking to my therapist about a visualization, and she had brought up how it's kind of like there's this secret box in the back shelf with all of these things and all of these feelings. And as we work through it and talk through it, I decided that mine needed to be a really pretty box, all bedazzled and pink and girly, but it needs to sit in the center of my shelf. It can't be back in the closet because these thoughts are here all day, every day.
Right.
And I have to get to a place where I'm okay with seeing the box and being reminded, but I don't have to dive into the box unless I have to. And so that is me working through how do I deal with this? How do I live in this reality every day?
Yeah, which that's good. I love that. I think people can take that from any aspects of their life for sure. Okay, so let me fire off some rapid fire questions to you before we dive into some of the nitty gritty. So what is one mantra that you repeat to yourself?
I am happy, healthy, healed, and whole.
Love it. What's one thing that you're grateful for today?
Grateful for this community.
And what is your little win for the day? You know, we always talk about our little wins. What's your little win for today?
Us recording this podcast.
Because we've been waiting to do it this whole time.
Yeah, that's why we're being productive today.
Yeah. So one thing that I've been talking about, you know, about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or we call it Breast Cancer Action Month, that just happened, is, you know, there weren't a lot of campaigns or visuals of Black and brown women who have been impacted by breast cancer, except for our campaign, you know, the Naked Truth Project. And so what is it, something that you want the breast cancer community to know about Black and brown women who are impacted by breast cancer? What is something that they can do? Not even just impacted by just breast cancer, but, you know, those living with metastatic breast cancer. Because I don't think we're doing enough. I even say for us, I always say, like, I feel like we could be doing more.
I don't know that I have the answers just yet, but I would like to see a campaign, because when I see myself in the mirror, I just see sin, right? And I'm learning I don't necessarily look like a sick person.
Right.
So this is a long haul. This is going to be my world. It just makes me really think that you don't know what people are carrying. And I think we need to put faces to it. Again, we're already not represented. But I didn't even think that I thought about people walking through the grocery store and going, that person could have metastatic breast cancer. Or love somebody who does, and they're going through the worst time of their life, and you just got to keep carrying on like stuff is normal.
Right.
And I think that gets lost. We think sickly, dying, but if we're granted the greatest gift of long survivorship, thrivership, you know, we want to be able to live full lives still. And so a lot of that is learning this delicate dance.
Right. And I think it also is too, it's just people realizing, like, you know, like when they hear metastatic breast cancer, they automatically think death, right? But then there are a lot of women, especially Black and brown women, who are actually thriving with it. I think a lot of the stories and images that we see right now are of all white women. You know, which is, as a Black and brown woman, you know, or woman of color, you're not necessarily, when you see images like those, then you're wondering, like, where are the people that look like me, right? And so doing a better job of just like highlighting like these women who are, you know, continuously thriving. Like there may be lulls or whatever, but there are women out there who are thriving.
They are. And just like a lot of stuff in this breast cancer community, you get tokens. And I don't mean this to be offensive to anybody. There are certain people who are the face of everything. You got this one Black girl on board. We're going to put her picture up for everything. What I have learned is there are a ton of Black and brown women out here thriving with this.
Right.
And I think when you see kind of the one-offs here and there, the same faces all the time, it takes away from the impact that this is happening to us in great numbers.
Right.
It makes it seem like it's a one-off. Oh, that's just that. No, there are a lot of us out here living and navigating with metastatic breast cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and their stories are important.
Their stories are important. There are mothers. There are so many, just different things. Like, you got to go to work still. You got to still have a life. You got to raise your kids. You got to be partnered with your spouse.
Right.
All while dealing with this.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can find the community and the resources together, we can all be better for it. But right. I think we do a disservice when we don't show each other, like we don't share.
Mm-hmm. Because we're out there, and whatever that sharing looks like, too.
Whatever sharing looks like. Not everybody is an influencer, and that's okay. However you choose to tell your story, it's important and it should be heard.
Yeah. So speaking of stories, what is one thing that you want our listeners to take away from your story right now as it is, since it's, it has changed?
Life be lifing, man. It's it's hard because I feel like some sayings are cliche, and I definitely don't want to do the toxic positivity thing.
Mm-hmm.
But find your thing in life. Whatever that is, whatever your passion is, whatever your purpose is, find it and live it.
Mm-hmm.
Because life can be short. And I've been trying to grapple with the fact that none of us knows the time or the hour of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not vastly different than the average person. I think I know how I'm going to die, but that's not a guarantee.
Right.
And while I don't want to be performative, and I don't think I need to do all of these major things, I do want to be sure that I'm living a fulfilled life.
Hey Baddies, we want to take a quick minute to shout out our amazing sponsor, Eli Lilly, for supporting our mission here on Baddie2Baddie. Because of their generosity, we can keep these important conversations about breast cancer awareness, education, and advocacy going strong for our community of women of color. We send our sincere thanks to our partners at Eli Lilly for standing with us. Calling all permanent makeup artists. Discover how you can join our mission to empower breast cancer survivors of color with specialized permanent makeup services. It's more than makeup, it's a movement. Connect with us and find out how you can contribute to this empowering cause by visiting BaddieBeautyCollective.com. In return, you will receive free breast health education, permanent makeup trainings, and much more. The Baddie Beauty Collective is brought to you by For the Breast of Us, Artistry by Zuri, and PM Yukon. If you're a breast cancer survivor looking to boost your confidence and add a bit of swag to your new normal, this is your invitation to explore free and discounted permanent makeup services by artists trained in the specifics and nuances of skin for women of color. From eyebrows to 3D areola and scar transformation, join us and let your journey of empowerment begin. Check out the Baddie Beauty Collective, brought to you by For the Breast of Us, Artistry by Zuri, and PM Yukon by visiting BaddieBeautyCollective.com.
And I think that's the takeaway for everybody, right? It's just like, live your life on your terms and be fulfilled in whatever it is that you're doing.
It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a bucket list and do these grand things. If you just simply are a kick-ass fucking mom, be that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to write a memoir. You don't have to do these grand sweeping things. Just live the fullest life you can with whatever that looks like for you.
Right. Which I love that. Any other closing words that you have for everybody that's listening?
Black and brown women are dying, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Early stagers. can end up metastatic. I was early stage. I got to 7 years. I absolutely did not think this is where my life was headed.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the quote? Like, if you don't tell your story, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it, you know?
Right. Right.
So we have to be the faces of our stories. We have to be the ones to do the work because no one's going to do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want
not at all
another person to die unnecessarily. And so we have to continue this work of telling our stories, of sharing the resources, doing the work, getting in clinical trials, research. And I absolutely understand the hesitancy, but clinical trials and research can be something as simple as answering a survey.
Right. Easy.
If you don't think you want to be a guinea pig or do all of that other stuff, there are plenty of ways, because what scares me and pisses me off is the thought that these meds they're prescribing to me, and we know it, are a shot in the dark because of the data.
Mm-hmm. And simple data.
Meds, all the drugs, all the treatment that is going to sustain my life. And if we don't join and participate, then we're going to continue to die, and that's not okay.
Right. And like you said, it's as simple as taking a survey. You don't even have to be diagnosed with cancer to be, a part of a research opportunity or a clinical trial. There's so many different things out there, and it's one of the things that we try to help make sure that we get out to the community. It's just like, participate in this, And
it's that looking at it through different eyes all of a sudden. Like, this is a new information, but like, I got a Fitbit over here that I'm in a research where I do a bunch of surveys. They want me to wear this Fitbit and they'll get the info. Great.
Right. And whatever that helps with somebody's survivorship.
On my end. But now, like, imagine you get the news that you have stage 4 breast cancer. Those meds might work on you. They might not. We don't really know.
Right.
That's bullshit.
But we're hoping.
We're hoping. We can try and see what happens. We really don't know.
Right.
No, that's not good enough. That's not
at all.
No. And so
we made it through.
I think it's a good reminder that there is work to be done. We have a lot of ground to still cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even with the work we are doing, there's still a lot.
Yeah. And it constant.
Mm-hmm.
Marissa,
well, we made it through the episode.
How you feeling about this metastatic cancer diagnosis?
It was a shock at first. That is for sure. You know me, I'm always like there's some type of reasoning or whatever. And it's funny because I shared it with Shonda, and I haven't told anybody else, but I guess we'll just share it here with you and the rest of the world. But I was like, I feel like, which I hate that it had to be you, but I feel like part of the reasoning is that it'll help fuel some of the work that we're doing here at For the Rest of Us. Like, we serve the metastatic community, right, to the best of our abilities. And like I said, I always feel like we could be doing more in all aspects, but that's just me. But, and nobody on our leadership team, everybody is an early stager, right? So like you were saying before at the beginning, you can only do so much because you only know so much because you're not necessarily in it. Right. And unfortunately, now you're in it. And so you get to give a different perspective. You get to make sure that whatever type of programming that we're doing, that we make sure that we have women of color who are impacted by, are diagnosed living with metastatic breast cancer, that they are a part of the conversation, and calling us on the carpet to make sure that we always have that perspective there. So yeah, I think that's kind of how I've justified it a little bit in my mind. Right. It's just like, okay, so we needed that. Like, I absolutely hate, I don't want it to be anybody, but I absolutely hate that, that it even has to be you. I do feel like you are going to be okay. That's not to say that other people, because I'm sure people listening and be like, well, if she's going to be okay, how come my friend's not going to be okay? That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. But, you know, I do feel like and know that you are going to be okay. And yeah, I think it's just going to help propel the work that we do. And I think it's going to give even more of a purpose, even for yourself,
Right.
in the work that you're doing here. For sure.
I agree with that. I think it's going to guide how we show up in this space moving forward. And just the stuff we talk about, even that, having to say, you're going to be okay, and I don't mean nobody else is. There's survivor guilt. There's, why would the meds work for me and not for somebody else?
Right.
There's so many things to be addressed and just so much work to do. But it's just so necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. So even on the days when we're just both like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this, like, we know. Yeah. We know the reasoning and the why behind it.
We do. And again, for women like us, we have to move the needle on what these outcomes are.
Mm-hmm. Right. Even if it's just making sure that people realize and know that we're here. Because, you know, and I've been saying this a lot this year too, just because of stuff that I'm noticing in the background. It's like, you know, back in 2020, a year after For the Rest of Us, you know, came on the scene, like that was the whole thing. Everybody was like, oh, you know, hey, you know, let's get more Black and brown girls. Let's do this and that. And now that's completely died off. And, you know, I don't care if it's DEI, whatever the case may be, people just don't care as much. And it's just like, no, we need to be louder. They still need to be caring. Like, this wasn't just, like I said at the beginning, it's not performative. It's not cliche. It wasn't, okay, well, we did it and we checked the box. Like, no, absolutely not.
Like, this is literally our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally how we live and how we die.
Yeah.
And that's not to be taken lightly.
Mm-mm. Not now, not then.
Not ever.
Right. Yeah. Well, we made it through the episode without crying.
I know. I thought I was going to get in here and boo-hoo.
I did too. I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to say something to make it, and she's just going to break down on me. But we did good.
I still have plenty of days where the tears come easily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just wild to think you could be smack dab in survivor land.
Yeah.
And then you wake up one day, and that's scary to me. Yeah, I felt off. But that's what's scary to me now. So in this time, I've had additional scans. I've stayed on chemo longer than we anticipated because I had 3 new spots pop up.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary to me. Feeling like I'm getting better, feeling like I'm improving, and then finding out that it's still doing its thing.
Right.
And then all this anxiety. As much as I want these meds to work, then I'm terrified to get the scans to find out if they did. It's a wild ride.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Just ebbs and flows.
It ebbs and flows. It is literally moment by moment.
Yeah.
Not even day by day. It is moment by moment because how I'm feeling can shift. Or I see something. Breast Cancer Action Month. As much as I do this work and I know it, I got smacked in the face with the average life expectancy is 3 years.
Right.
Mind fuck. Immediate. Up all night calculating. I mean, like, when does the clock start? Does it
right
6 months before I knew? Who wants to live with that over our head? We have to change that.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we need other people to partner with us to help.
We do.
Change that information.
And at a time when health disparities we're not supposed to say out loud, when science is being challenged.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do know is this would have been an absolute death sentence 10 years ago.
Right.
The amount of treatments, the amount of drugs skyrocketed. We're in danger.
I mean, shit, like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, we're in danger of losing it all though, and not getting any better, not getting any further, if we don't stand up and make the world know that this stuff has to happen.
Right. And get out there and vote, whatever that looks like for you.
Hold people accountable.
Yeah, and not just politicians, people that are running these organizations, everything. Hold everybody accountable.
We have to. It is not 3 years, not nearly enough. No, really not. I refuse.
Yeah, that'll go by in a heartbeat. Like, we're already at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Exactly.
Like, it makes no sense. BaddieCon's tomorrow.
BaddieCon is literally tomorrow.
Yeah, which I don't want to think about that, but.
But even that, BaddieCon exceeded my wildest expectations. Now I'm ready to go even harder.
Yeah. And it's still going to be beautiful, a whole experience.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, for anybody that's listening and you are living with metastatic breast cancer, you are one of our MBC baddies, as we like to say, you could definitely connect with us. We have a private Facebook group called Breast Cancer Baddies. Just request to join, and there is a whole load of baddies in there, over 4,000 of them that live all across the country, talking, asking questions, sharing resources. So definitely do that. You can always go to our website at breastofus.com to read any of the stories that we have on there. Cin's actually written a couple of recent stories about metastatic breast cancer and her experience with it. So definitely take a look at those. We have lots of resources. We have our Baddie Boost, which is a monthly support group, which is virtual. And then we have Breast Cancer BaddieCon that's coming up. So I definitely invite you to join us with all of those. And thank you so much for listening. And Cyn, thanks for sitting down with me. It was a beautiful episode, as always.
Thank you, not just for this episode, but for being listening. Now I'm going to cry. for everything.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not going to cry and be a thug today.
I'm a crybaby baddie. Like, I cried all through BaddieCon. People who don't even know that I cried.
Well, until next time, baddies, we will see you on the next episode of Baddie2Baddie. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you there.
See you there.
This is another Baddie creation brought to you by For the Rest of Us. Don't forget to subscribe to Baddie2Baddie wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram at For the Breast of Us, on Twitter at The Breast of Us, and check us out online at breastofus.com. Thanks for listening.